welcome to a series of WAIPA short interviews with representatives of investment promotion agencies. My name is Bostjan Skalar and I'm the Executive Director of World Association of Investment Promotion Agencies, WAIPA. So the purpose of these interviews is to get an overview how IPAs all around the world are responding to COVID-19 crisis, what measures they are taking and what actions they are planning for the post-COVID-19 era. It's my sincere pleasure today to have with me Mr. Beligh Ben Soltane. He's the chairman of Tunisian Investment Authority, so the Tunisian Investment Promotion Agency. So welcome, Mr. Ben Soltane. My first question to you would be, so what's the current situation in Tunisia and what measures are being taken to alleviate the impact of COVID-19 on the economy, especially from the perspective how you as an IPA reacted to this and assisted your government to alleviate this impact of COVID?
Good afternoon, Bostjan. So good to see you and very nice to meet you as well. First of all, I'd like to thank you so much for hosting me at WAIPA COVID interviews. To answer your question, I have to say that we are very proud today of what has been done, so far, on both fronts, if I may say. One is basically our ability to contain the spread of the virus, and secondly, on the business continuity plan that Tunisia has put in place during different phases from mid-March till today. In relation to health situation, Tunisia, as you know, is a country of 11.5 million people. We have nearly 1,100 confirmed cases so far, about 900 already recovered, and less than 50 deaths. These figures reflect how quick the Tunisian government has responded, to the crisis by adopting a set of policies and measures to face the challenging situation, starting with health checks at airports. I remember beginning, of February, closing borders mid-March, reinforcing health barriers, social distancing, ordering protective equipment, and so on and so forth. Total lockdown, I'd say, has been announced since March 23rd in order to contain the spread of the pandemic and monitor the health situation as a whole. And at the same time, the Tunisian government has undertaken a set of support measures to limit its social and economic impacts in order to save jobs, of course. This is priority number one. Income and sustainability at the end of the day of businesses established here in Tunisia. Other measures have been oriented towards taking care and helping vulnerable communities deal with the crisis by providing financial aid and support. These measures taken just in time are key to containing the pandemic and resuming business activities on a gradual basis, to avoid, of course, any black swan scenario later on. We all know, Bostjan, that during difficult times, business retention and aftercare take a center stage. The first step was, of course, implementing those measures and helping companies and businesses to carry on, those who who have to carry on, and trying to help others go back to work by following a strict health protocol. With, of course, a reduced number of employees at the beginning. So we set a maximum of 30% of staff to go back to work, and calling both, the administration and businesses to opt for work from home. The package of support measures, in total, I'd say 23 measures have been taken, cover social, fiscal, and financial aspects. At the social level, affected businesses can benefit from temporary unemployment allowances for their employees during the provisional shutdown, of course, as long as they preserve jobs. Businesses as well have the possibility to benefit from the postponement of payment of social contributions, for example, during the first quarter up to the second one. The possibility to recover tax surplus, I mean, through fast tracking procedure within a 1 month period maximum, which used to be in normal days around six months. The possibility to schedule, I mean, their fiscal debts for a duration up to 7 years. All components, for example, for the tourism sector and those of transport and culture, among other affected sectors, can benefit from a guarantee mechanism to obtain a new management and maintenance loans from banks up to the end of this year. I mean, by the 31st of December 2020, payable up to 7 years, including a 2-year grace period. Additional funds are also available to support the credit line for boosting specifically SMEs most affected, and to fund procurement for public health institutions. These measures are complementary to those taken by the Central Bank of Tunisia, such as cutting the benchmark interest rate by 100 points, with the possibility to postpone loan payments for a 6-month period as well. So to make, I mean, life easier for all of them. Today, I mean, the situation today, we are expecting a second wave of support measures to be announced in the coming days, related to the economic recovery, of course, which is going to take a while. But sure, I think there's room for hope, and we remain very optimistic in this regard. So they are mainly related to, again, supporting SMEs. You know, over 90% of the economy is made of SMEs. So yes, the main focus is oriented towards them. Supporting jobs and business retention and expansion, very important with respect to foreign direct investment. Fiscal justice and limiting fiscal pressure as well. The modernization of the Tunisian administration by simplifying and streamlining, I mean, procedures with special focus on digitalization. Modernization of our customs, I mean, services as well, and improving public expenditures, I mean, management.
What I hear from you is actually what was crucial in Tunisia, obviously, was a very quick response from government and from all institutions that are relevant, as you said, also the bank, also your agency and others, and especially putting a focus on the existing investors. I would have a very short sub-question. Did you see any, let's say, current investors which are existing in Tunisia that would be having some plans of, I don't know, stopping their operations there or withdrawing, or you didn't see at all because of your quick response?
So far, I'd say no. Maybe to review their investment plans, yes. We had one case, but not, I mean, they are not going to, I mean, to limit it to the existing one. So they have some reinvestment objectives. They are here for a certain number of years, but they are still confident in the Tunisian side. They need maybe to postpone a couple of components with respect to the reinvestment, I mean, objectives, which is quite normal. We do understand this, but we are very close to them. We listen to them with the objective, I mean, to bring them to shore, I mean, as soon as possible.
I can hear very clearly that you speak business language with investors, which is the most important for IPAs, that they understand the language that the investor is speaking. So this, you said that they might, of course, rethink their strategies or their plans, which is normal for this situation. So my next question then would be, you as a leader of IPA, in your opinion, what would be then the field of investment promotion be shaped or reshaped or changed in the long term? And why may IPAs, so the investment promotion agencies, also maybe need to adjust their strategies, but use this as a chance rather than a problem?
Yeah. As I said, given the current situation, investment in Tunisia and elsewhere, I'd say, may be facing challenges. I mean, huge challenges related to the global economic turmoil, mainly in the automotive and aerospace sectors, which are the most affected, I'd say, from the industry point of view. And since they are totally intended, in the case of Tunisia, for export on European and other markets. Although the impact of the recession is obvious, I'd say that local and international businesses should be ready and should plan in a proper manner their recovery alongside the expected developments on the international level that could certainly be a real opportunity for Tunisia. Always considered as a nearshore location, especially for Europeans and other partners and businesses to overcome, I mean, the problem, among others, of course, of fragmented supply chains that has occurred, I mean, during this crisis. Local and international investment should also be rethought, as you mentioned, around traditional sectors that made the success so far, I mean, of certain Tunisian industries, along with automotive and aerospace industries. Agribusiness is very important, textiles and clothing, pharmaceuticals as well, to be in line with the new requirements of the local as well as the exporting markets. The health crisis also highlighted, I mean, the importance of digitalization. During the lockdown, there has been an acceleration in digital services and an increased interest for the use of technology in businesses, our daily life, and even in facing the health crisis.
This is a good point. Sorry to interrupt you. About digitalization, was, let's say, your government or your agency prepared actually to use digital tools to work in a, let's say, remote manner? And it was there the environment that allowed, let's say, digital promotion or digital approach?
Yeah, you're right. Let me give you just an example. So Tunisian companies and more specifically Tunisian startups have shown their capabilities, I mean, to develop innovative tools as well as high technological, I mean, products. The digital sector could and should be the keystone of future investment here in Tunisia. As far as TI is concerned, I'd say that since its inception 2 years ago, it has been acting as a facilitator for both, I mean, local and international investors. And we are, I mean, we really believe in this mission, and we will continue to play our role in response to the new challenges, I mean, that investors are facing or may face, and again, I mean, to bring them to shore and help them develop their businesses later on when the crisis is over. Our support services, as you said, include providing reliable information on the investment framework, the support measures in place, and all details related to the investment journey through digitalization of our services via our investment platform, and also launching the debate around investment policies and the regulations in some sectors in order to make them more friendly and to support the development of investment in these sectors. Our focus as for today is oriented towards simplifying procedures for startups, renewable energies, the automotive sector, aerospace as well. And we have launched as well some working groups working on these sectors to try to have the right answers at the right moment.
Excellent. So you already touched upon my third question. I wanted just to ask you your opinion. So you already said the Investment Promotion Agency was extremely crucial entity within the government to assist local, international investors, businesses, and as well government on the other side. Can you maybe elaborate a bit how was in the coordination? Because what my question was, do you think it's important, let's say, cooperation among different stakeholders, not only, let's say, external one, but also internal? So within your governmental structures, being in touch with other ministries, with other institutions to be able to provide the full picture for the investors?
You are absolutely right, Bostjan. So IPAs have a major role to play nowadays. At TIA, we have very quickly adjusted, our strategies by putting in place task forces and helplines, of course, and called our teams to work remotely from home and to liaise with businesses and partners at the same time on a daily basis. One, to disseminate, accurate information on different measures being adopted with the objective to respond to their concerns in coordination with other stakeholders. So we are not the only organization here looking to support and help on the national and regional levels. Our role has been of a paramount importance to businesses by maintaining a transparent and open communication, which is very, very important. To reassure them that the Tunisian decision makers are doing all they can to allow them return to COVID secure and safe environment. And at the same time, conveying their concerns to take them into consideration and translate them into special measures for implementation. This is very important. For the moment, priority is given to digital tools to communicate, to tell our story regarding the key assets of Tunisia when it comes to foreign direct investment, either in terms of promotion or facilitation. And we are working in a close cooperation with our partners, Tunisian partners and foreign partners who are already here, in order to reach potential leads and secure the existing investment. We have planned as well a series of webinars, video conferences with partners from Germany, from France, from Italy, hopefully with others. These events will take place during June and July. We have already started a couple of them. So it will be on two objectives. So with partners as countries, but we will move as well to talk and exchange in terms of sectors and how we can adapt our strategies to do better, during the next months. This will be, of course, certainly, followed by one-to-one e-meetings with interested, companies or potential leads in order to talk about the business environments and opportunities prevailing here in Tunisia. And of course, the facilitation services that we provide in order to support them develop their projects.
Actually, excellent answer. I hear very clearly your message about importance of IPAs and then, of course, importance of collaboration with other institutions, because only the concentrated action will really assist one side, government, and on the other side, the investors, existing or upcoming, let's say.
Correct.
I really appreciate your insights. I'm sure the listeners and the watchers of this series would get enormously a lot of good practices that they can also implement. I especially value this, that what you've been sharing, a lot of practical information, because what we need is practical information, and all our members needs to share among themselves the practical information.
Sure.
So I do appreciate, thank you very much for being part of it. And now as well, thank you very much for the ones who will listen and see this video. And please do follow us on our social media and visit our webpage, waipa.org, where you can find all these videos and all other relevant information and all the best practices that your peer colleagues from IPAs are using to respond to the COVID challenges. And stay tuned and follow us in all our social media. So Mr. Ben Soltane, thank you very much again, really. And my last message would be, keep going, keep doing it to overcome the crisis, and of course, stay safe and healthy.
Thank you so much again, Bostjan, for this opportunity, and look forward to meeting you soon, either here in Tunisia or elsewhere.
Hopefully in person, yes, hopefully in person. Thank you so much, and have a good day. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.